Yeah, there we go, baby. Boy, Dirty, what's good, baby? How you?
I'm blessed, man. How you doing, bro? Appreciate you having me on, man. I'm loving life right now.
Yeah, no doubt, baby. Let me set you up real fast. You know what I mean? For all
Yeah,
my listeners out there, man, I got the opportunity to sit down, man, with an incredible creative artist, man, that goes by the name of Boy Dirty. And we're gonna sit down with Dirty for a little while, y'all. And he's gonna let us know, man, the things that he do and how he gets along in this industry today, baby. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Dirty, man, how they treat you out there, man? How the industry treating you, man?
They treat me good, man. We just trying to bring that love back to the hip hop and the culture, breathe life back in it, get people excited about music again. So
Yeah.
I mean, they treat me real good right now.
Yeah. All right. So listen, for those that don't know, man, let everybody know, man, where you originally from and how long you've been putting your work in, Cat.
All right. I was originally born in Monteville, Jamaica, but I am the protege of the legendary rap group, the Two Live Crew. So I've been in
Yeah.
the game for over 30 plus years, making records, making y'all dance and shake y'all ass. Now I'm back to make you do it all over again.
So for those that don't know about the Two Live Crew, baby, check your Google motherfucking patch, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's legendary. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So listen, man, I'm gonna crack it off from the beginning because there's a lot of youngsters that don't know your history, baby. You know what I mean?
All
So
right, for sure.
what was the beginning, man? At some point in some time, man, you know what I'm saying? When you first decided to get into the motherfucking entertainment business, what was the inspiration, man? Or who was the inspiration?
Well, before I got a chance to work with Chris Marquise and Uncle Luke, man, my first thing was my mother because she was so big in gospel, so she did a lot of stuff with a lot of gospel artists and stuff like that, and watching Edwin Hawkins and all of the different ministers how she did it, I fell in love with music, and my first love for the music was I started dancing. I performed at high school. It was over then. When I
Right.
saw them screaming and yelling, that was done. Then I was sold. You ain't had to do nothing else for me.
So I'm listening, man. So when you began, obviously you started in church. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because a lot of us don't recognize that. You know what I mean? That
yeah.
church is the beginning for a whole lot of us, man, in the entertainment game, man. So when you was in church, man, like what was it, man? You was in the choir, you was in the band, was you
Now,
the drummer?
yeah, no, I'm a musician. I play all instruments, so I started playing the drums. I
Okay.
played the drums behind the Gospel Warriors, Southern Tones, a lot of big gospel greats back in the day. And my mother was the singer because she sung with Shirley Caesar, Edwin Hawkins, and stuff like that. So I stayed in the background. I was always a producer and a writer. My mom
Right.
used to say when I was a little boy, I used to beat on all her pants, so she knew one day I was gonna be something, somewhere.
So man, that had to be incredible because you just mentioned some names, you know what I'm saying, about some real legends, man, that you kind of was watching, had the opportunity to watch them go to work. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, when you first started, man, playing drums for these legendary artists, man, you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Did they teach you? Did you learn the game from a different perspective? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because a lot of people
Well,
don't understand, man. You just can't just get on some shit and just start beating, like you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you all,
No,
baby.
no. Like I said, my mother was my big influence because she was always she taught music, so
Right,
she made sure this don't sound right, this sound good. And then the more I got into the instruments, and she saw me going to the studio telling everybody else how to do certain things, she was like, "Boy, you need to do this by yourself. Why you keep telling all these people what to do when you know how to do it?" So I started doing it, and I started producing records and writing for a lot of groups and ghostwriting in the background. A lot of people don't know a lot of the records that people danced on back in the day. These are songs that I wrote.
right,
I was young, I was a kid, and I was
right.
in high school living life. So I mean, it was always an honor to learn. But I got an opportunity. May he rest in power. Fresh Kid Ice, Chinaman Chris Wan Wan was a teacher. He was
Okay,
a teacher. Him and Marquise taught the business side of it, how to be an artist, how to handle yourself when you're out on the road, and how to create a legacy. Don't worry
right.
about making hit records, but how to become a true legend and create a legacy. So, I mean, I took from their blueprint, and they always told me, whatever you do, pay it forward. So that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, that's what it is, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know the story. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of do though. You know what I mean? But listen, how did it all begin, man, with the Two Live Crew? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I
Yeah,
was out of nowhere, boom, here you is. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you tell me, man, how that all began, man. You know what I'm saying? And
So,
how
so Yeah, a lot of people don't know Two Live Crew started in California, out in Pasadena.
Mhm.
Shout out to Mr. Mix and Chris, who the co-founders of the Two Live Crew, and then they brought in Marquise, and then it just got crazy. A lot of people was writing and dancing. My sister, shout out to Mona, is one of the original Two Live Crew dancers. Mona and Cindy. So it was a big family thing. Luke was a promoter back in the day. He wasn't even thought about being a Two Live Crew, and when he brought him down, then they
Right.
linked in, and then it just became crazy from that point. Chris grabbed people like he had Flow Rider. Then he
Mhm.
grabbed Flow Rider became successful. Then he grabbed Monte Cristo, the horse trainer. Then
Mhm.
from there he started piecing us all together. He grabbed me, Fame Fiella, Drill him out, and then we all started working. I was blessed and fortunate enough to be able to be on the last two songs of both of those brothers' life. I was on
Mhm.
both of them. Me and Marquise got a song called "I Am Florida" together, and then me and Chris with the legendary Lynch Mob and JT Money, we did a song called "Yeah We Got That." We got over 3 million views on that, so that was just legendary to be able to be on the songs with these brothers. So I mean, it just started from a humble beginnings of making y'all dance, and it was like I didn't see that. I could have just fell in the background, and then the industry is like everything is we either killing, we talk about how much money we got, how much
Right.
drugs we sold, and I
Right.
wanted to be like, what happened to the point when the girls, when we used to get dressed to go see the babies, now you
Right.
getting dressed to word to go out there to shoot your ops up. Let's go
Right.
get back to going to see the babies and have a good time and make these females have a good time, and then go home and do what grown people do. Stop
Yeah.
worrying about all that other shit right now.
I know that's right. So in the beginning, man, when you first started doing your music and all that, you know what I'm saying? Did you start out as a producer? Did you start out as a writer? I mean, like, what was your niche within that
My,
group? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, what was
yeah.
you able to do best, man, to find your lane?
My lane was production. Then I went
Okay.
from production. I went to writing hooks. It was one thing I remember Quincy Jones used to always say: write a bunch of hooks. Don't worry about the verse. When you come up with a bunch of hooks that people can remember,
Yeah.
you'll be in the game forever. So I started off producing, and then that's what I got. It caught the eye of Fresh Kid Ice, and we've been locked in ever since. So
Yeah.
that's all that is.
Yeah. So has the journey been a little difficult? Because I know you've been able to having to kind of change your style or kind of keep up with or you making people keep up with you. I mean, you
Yeah,
tell me, man, what's the thought
yeah.
process and when
Well,
you
well,
actually out leaving making your music?
Yeah, well, I'm at a point of I've never been a follower. I've always been a trendsetter. So we set trends. We ain't. I'm not trying to keep up with what's going on out there because if that's the case, I'll be doing the same music that they doing. Well,
Yep.
I would never be programmed. So I'm not trying to sound like we already got a little baby. We
Right.
already got a Kodak Black. You know what I'm saying? Where's the originality? I always tell people, when are you gonna see another Michael Jackson, another Prince? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? People like Whitney Houston because the labels are not developing artists no more,
Right.
and I feel like if you're not going to develop an artist, why are you even a record label? You know,
Right.
everybody's just out there to get a bag right now, and we need to get back to the music, what make people feel good.
Right. So I mean, and like when you talking right in my head, because you know I go way back too, baby. You dig what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And I'm like, I go back to the time, man, where a cat had to be original. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You couldn't bite another cat's style because if you did, you was trash. You know what I'm saying? Or cats will clown you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, because you really have a cat walk up to you, man, and say, "Man, get off my nuts, nigga, with that bullshit."
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So my question to you, man, is as you move through the industry, man, you know what I'm saying? Have you been able to kind of develop other artists? You know what I'm saying? Like not only do your thing, but also develop other artists, man, and be
yeah.
satisfied with what you've done and helped others moving things forward.
Yeah, man. Right, what we doing right now? We started like a little over 3 months ago. We started this thing on TikTok. So I took advantage of what they're doing with the social media thing.
Mm-hmm.
My team wrap their arms around and say, "Hey, bro, we need to be able to reach your face out there and talk to people." And what I do is I try to cut these artists that's taking 10 to 20 years to get in the game, cut their time into 5 years. This is what you need to do. This is what the labels are looking for. And then if they take the advice, a lot of artists they win with it because a lot of artists don't know how to talk to people like yourself. They don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to go out and get their media base and get their records coded and get sync license. They don't know the importance of it. Right now, the world has fed us to believe that streaming is everything. And Every artist that's streaming and getting they broke. They still broke. All I call it, when you get them double platinum streaming records, that's just a participation award. That's all that is. You're not selling no real records. Show me a gold album. Show me a platinum album. Show me double platinum where you making money. You participating right now. Get out the way and let people that know how to sell records sell records.
Right. So now that spurs a conversation, man, between me and you, because I've been telling cats this forever. You know what I'm saying about that whole streaming thing. You dig? So would your advice be to them, right, is to pull it off the stream platforms, man, and start creating your own website, creating a place where a cat can actually come and purchase your music. You know what I'm saying? Be in control of what you do. You know what I'm saying? Be in control of your numbers. You know what I'm saying? I need you to talk a little bit about that, Dirty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. People don't understand that that's the things that Prince was doing. That's the things that a lot of the major artists was doing. At a certain point in your career, when is enough enough? A lot of you artists don't understand that when the streamer came on, the stream was set up just for when COVID hit. When COVID hit, they had to find another way to make money. The label's still getting rich while you still broke. You might get a little fame here. Now you got to do crazy stuff. You got to get on your content. You got to do all this analytics. You got to be in dresses and tap dance for people. And my mom used to call them Django. She's like, I ain't finna be the Django for nobody. We finna go out here and give people what they want to see, man. Let's get back to music. Let's celebrate the craft. Let's celebrate what hip hop and the culture was made for us to have a voice. We don't have a voice right now. And the only thing, I don't fault what the younger generation is doing, because that's all they see. But we have to be kings and queens to show them it's more. Somebody showed us it's more, so why can't we show them it's more? Because they're gonna have to be able to show their kids.
Right, absolutely. And you know what? That's been my mantra, man, ever since I started my platform. You dig? One of the reasons why I started what we started, you feel what I'm saying? Because we was watching what was going on. You know what I mean? And we like, oh my God. They raping the shit out of us. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So for me, man, I just wanted to kind of bring it home, man, and bring it back a little bit, man. But this ain't about me, baby. This is about you, boy. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to talk about some of the things that you're doing, you know what I mean? So I need you to give me a little rundown, man, about some of the labels that you was involved with before you are where you are right now, because we're going to get to all of that. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
So your little history. So go ahead, do your thing, man.
Well, I originally, when I first came in the game as a producer, I started off with shout out to Island Def Jam. Island Def Jam was the first one to give me an actual recording deal. But I was blessed with the legendary L.C. Sneed from Warner Brother Records. I was with Bound Sound, and then we moved around. We ended up getting with Luke Records, which was Luke Skywalker Records back in the day. And then I ended up being blessed as an artist when I came back into the fold, and I said I really want to stamp my legacy out there. Is I got with Empire and UMM, shout out to UMM, and then I ended up branding my own company, which is Block Runners Entertainment. Block Runners Entertainment, I feel like no matter where you go in the world, somebody claim they run their street or they run their neighborhood. So we all block runners. So I want to give people an opportunity to rep everywhere, and we do everything, all genres of music. It ain't just about hip hop for me. It's about country. It's about gospel. It's about rock. Give everybody something that they can listen to and remember what it was when they heard it. That's the type of music I'm making. I want to make an album when it drops, people be like, I remember when he dropped that. You know what I'm saying? I remember when he did that. So it's just going to be a culture shock. I want people to be excited again about music, because I always joke about people, and I talk to the younger generation. I say, hey, man, tell me something. Who is your legends? Because y'all call me an ON because they call us legends and the people before us, but who are your legends right now? And then they just look at me because they can't give you an answer.
Right.
They can tell me who their clique is, but they can't tell me who they legend. But that's just my journey. But you know, music is so important to me that we be able to give people a refreshing ear again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be that artist that bring back that era where you couldn't do nothing but dance. You go out to the club. When the end of the night, the girls walking out the club, they got their shoes in their hand, they feet on that nasty ass club floor, their hair done got sweated out, the DJ still playing, security rushing everybody out. I want to get them back to that, man. I want to get them back to that.
Yeah, man, and it is absolutely needed in these days of the music. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the things that I listen to, some of the artists that you know, and not only that, just everything that you talked about, man, about the whole education of the whole thing, man, of growing. You know, I asked the cat. I was on an interview with one of these youngsters one time, and I asked him a simple question. I was like, "Where you get your moniker from?" And he kind of looked at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so in my head, I had to realize quickly that this cat was pretty uneducated. You know what I'm saying? So I had to actually break it down and say, "Man, where you get your rap name from? You know what I mean? Why they call you rap?" You know what I'm saying? You know, but it just goes to show, man, is how these cats are all looking to be one-hit wonders and not do not, you know what I'm saying? And not understand the history, not do the research of the history that they come from, man. So, you know, once again, don't get me on the diatribe, baby, because me and you can be on here all day.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's talk to them, man. They need to hear it.
They need to hear it, man. So look, I want to get back to you, man. The Big Stepper, man. Where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? And what was that about? When you started making that, when you started putting that together, man, about the track Big Stepper?
Yeah.
What was the thought process? What was the thought process?
I'm gonna get in trouble, but shout out to FAMU. That's where I graduated from. All my HBCUs out there, I did it for them, really. Big Stepper, I felt like all of my HBCUs, on the serious note, all the HBCUs are underrated, man. Nobody really knows the history of a lot of these HBCUs. So shout out to all the HBCUs out there giving our still fighting for education for our youth and our kids. I looked at all of the frats from the alphas all the way down to the omegas, all the Sarahs, all of them, and I was like, damn, they always doing these steps and they stepping. And then I went to a step show in Miami, and in Miami they cut up. I saw this dude had to be everybody 300 pounds. And he was just out there. Everything was moving. He was just juking. I was like, oh, I said, he's big stepping out there, boy. And somebody looked at me and said, Dirty, you doing what? I said, yeah, he's big stepping. He said, go do that. So I ran in the studio that same night and we came up with the song Big Stepper. And I felt like, yeah, man, we need to party. We need to step again and have a good time. But I wanted to show the Caribbean side of me. And because I'm going to do everything on this album, I'm going to surprise a lot of people. And they're not expecting. I got 4 reggae songs on this album that I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I want people to get used to hearing me. Man, he country. And then when they actually hear it, be like, well, he from Jamaica too? And that's what I want to get people excited about. But Big Stepper is just something to get people excited about dancing and loving life. And my boy sent me a shot. He's like, man, I'm at the South Carolina. I'm at the Gamecocks. And, man, they playing your song right now. And to see people loving life and out there dancing, that's overwhelming for me, because that's all I ever wanted to see people do, is have a good time again.
Right, which you also taught a lesson, whether you realize it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of cats are always thinking about creating music, but they don't understand you can create music for different things. You know what I'm saying? You can create jingles. You can create, you know what I'm saying, step songs. You can create all kinds of different things. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to sit down and make a song and, you know, I shot this nigga yesterday and I did these drugs tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, this is a wide range of creativity, of things that we can bring to the table. You just got to sit down and think about it, man. You got to understand your lane and what you're good at and the things that you can make us all prosper from. You feel? So a lot of cats really don't understand that, man. But that's why I was so glad, man, when my man called me and he was like, yo, man, you can get Boy Dirty on the show. I was like, yo, let's get it. You don't even know, man. I cut off a bunch of people. I was like, yo, let's reschedule them. You dig what I'm saying? I need Boy Dirty on here right now. You know what I mean? Because I know not only are we talking and interviewing and giving them a little insight about the things that we did in life, but we also teach. We also show, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these industry cats do not understand what they involved in, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to give big props to people like yourself, man, who never gave up on them. You know what I'm saying? Who continue on moving the culture forward, man. You dig what I'm saying? And it's a blessing, man, to be able to be in the same room with you, man, to even sit down and have these conversations. You know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got another track out, man. I was looking for it. I know you sent me. You said you put out the EPK, right? You're putting out an EPK. Am I right or wrong? Oh,
Yeah. So you got super thick and big stepper. Big
there
step
we
is
go.
the single that's going. Yeah, big step is the single that's going crazy. So
Okay.
I had a blueprint of how I had a blueprint how I wanted to do it. A lot of people know I came from that era with Two Live Crew. So when they hear Hoochie Mama, she ain't nothing but a Hoochie Mama, and all I wanted to do is just tap into the super thick women out there, get them dancing again and
Yes,
having
sir.
a good time. So I initially dropped that over 6 months ago, a little over to almost a year. I dropped it just to put in the industry, just to let people buzz and know that okay, it's coming back. And then
Right.
I told the story. Now we got a big step. So it's all about making a story. You have to lay people so people can understand where we come from. I'm letting you know I came from the party era. Now I'm letting
Right.
you know I still can rap and I'm from the party area. And then when the third and fourth single come, I got your attention by then. So we're gonna
Yes,
really go party. Because I always tell people it's not about what you did in the past, it's what you're doing right now. That's why this
absolutely.
generation don't pay attention to it. They always
Right.
talk about, man, yo, I sold 3 million records back in 1982. So what you doing right now? You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna compete with this younger generation, you got to have a voice. You got to be
Right.
able to talk to them, and they got to understand you, and you got to understand them.
No question about that. So, man, what we doing now? Are you getting into the movie industry? What were you doing? Videos, movies? What
Yeah,
we doing? I know you
yeah,
on
yeah,
set. I think you somewhere
yeah,
in Chicago right now doing
yeah.
something, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
so
if you can say it out loud. Go
we're
ahead.
constantly we're in the process. I got blessed. I got picked up by I got picked up by two movies. So we're shooting. We got the whole movie set that we're doing now, and then I come back. I got picked up by a TV series that's can't tell you too much about that, but it will be on Netflix. I can
Right,
tell you that I will be
right,
on Netflix, and then we got another role that once this is done it's gonna make so much history for hip hop. A lot of people is not gonna believe it, but I'm gonna just tell y'all this: I got cast to play a certain person that was so big in hip hop, and I'm playing their role in the movie. So I'm gonna let y'all guess. I can't
right,
tell y'all because of
right,
NDAs, but I'm gonna let y'all guess who I'm
right.
playing that was so big in the industry, and
Well,
that's all we gonna say.
yeah, let them keep that on their mind for a little while. You dig what I'm
Yeah,
saying, yo? So
yeah.
I got a question for you though. I got a question for you. So being that you was in the producing and in the record industry and all that, is it harder in the acting world? You know what I'm saying? Making movies or TV series, is it harder to do that work? You know what I'm saying? Is it more? Do you got to focus more on doing different things, man, when you actually doing movies and remembering
Um,
lines and all of
yeah.
that? I mean,
I think for me,
mhm.
um, movies and music to me is the same. It's what you love to do. I don't find it no different. You still got to remember your words. You still
Right,
got to perform. The word
right.
is you still got to perform.
Mm-hmm.
And it's whether people know it or not. If you walk outside your building right now and about 30 people walk around you right now, you in a real life movie every day because you're acting right there. Sometimes you got to act to act to not whoop a bitch that owe you $30,000. You got to act. To, you know what I'm saying? You know this person just lied on you last week, but you got to keep a smile on your face. You got to act like a goddamn king all the time because you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings because they're
Right.
trying to disrespect what you're trying to do. So you in a real
Okay.
life movie every day. So I tell
Yeah.
people, man, just be yourself. Don't go in there trying to be nothing else but you, and everything else will work out for you.
Yeah, man, that was a beautiful synopsis that you gave right there, man. Because a lot of cats don't even look at it that way. You know what I'm saying? But being who you are, man, is what you do in life anyway. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And a lot of
yeah,
these
yeah.
cats don't understand, man. From the time you wake up in the morning to the time you close your eyes, baby. If you're a performer, you're gonna be performing. You know what I'm saying?
All
It's
day.
just you know what I'm saying? Hey man, so look, man, I ain't gonna hold you. I know you're busy. You're doing what you think, man. You know what I'm saying? But before we go, I need you to shout out and plug everything and everybody, man. Let's help you get to a place to where you are today, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. First of all, shout out to them Rough Riders, my brother Verb and all that. Double R, big stand up to y'all, man. Shout out to Sadie Star over at Soul 106 in Chicago. Shout out to Jacob. Icon Mathematics. That's DMX's actual brother, man. Shout out to Mathematics. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole movement. Everybody's making it possible for us to breathe, because I felt like God made sure He put the right people around me, and so we can move forward. Ty Fouls. It's just so many people you can't name. We have a great team, and I want to thank you, because without you, it wouldn't be no me. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, brother, for allowing me to be on your platform. Because I tell everybody, you do these interviews and you get on here, but people don't understand. It's what you don't tell the people. They bring you on there. You got to let them know that you appreciate them as well. Because
Absolutely.
without you, without the DJs, without that, I can't be able to go out there and put the message out there. And I want to be an artist that I deliver every time I walk out on stage. And I want to say this. Shout out to all the record labels out there that passed up on your boy. Y'all ass in trouble now. Y'all ass in trouble now, goddammit. I tried to tell you, y'all were too busy sitting there talking about, hey man, let me see your analytics. Put that phone down and get back into the computer. Another
Yes.
thing, record labels, y'all signing all these artists with all these fake followers, but they can't put 20 people in the seat in the crowd.
Yeah.
Book somebody that can pack the crowd, man. Holla at your boy. We back.
I know that's right. Hey, let everybody know. Give them all your social media sites and all that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, where they can get in contact with you, man. Get in contact with your label, man. Let them know what they can do with it, baby.
Man, yeah, all you got to do if y'all want anything information, blockrunnersentertainment.com. The new look of the label is actually coming up in 3 days. That's just the old look, but y'all can still see, get information off of there. All of my social media platforms is simple as I am B Dirty. I am BDURTY. Dirty stands for Don't Underestimate Real Talent. You heard. Make sure y'all follow me on all your platforms, all your stuff out there. We out here doing movies, we doing music, and we gonna keep the legacy alive. It's forever. 2 Live Crew. Make sure y'all lock in. And if y'all ain't got nothing to do every night at 9 Eastern Standard Time, come over here to Tiki Talk. I always mess with them because they don't like me saying that. I say it anyway. Tiki Talk. Shout out to TikTok though. I'm over there at 9 Eastern Standard Time, man. We do something for the industry, and I want to bring you on if you got time, brother. And what do we do is we skip all that BS. It ain't about, you ain't got to pay me $25 and all that shit to play your song, but I'm putting you in front of real record exec, real labels, and I'm cutting all that middleman shit out. And then you get a chance to play your music. Now, they're going to be blood raw with you. So make sure you have thick skin when you come to the block. That's Block Runners Entertainment on TikTok. Make sure y'all rock with us.
Yeah, real doubt, baby. Y'all heard it right here first, man, on Media Made Magazine, baby. Yo, listen, you can always tap in. If you can't get to them, you can get to us, man. MediaMadeMagazine.com, MediaMadeRadio.com, MediaMadeTV.com. Yo, we in here, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Boy Dirty, baby. Listen what I'm saying to you, man. Let me just say this before we go, man. You heard? May you be blessed in all the things that you do every day, and may you prosper from each and everything that you do, each and every day that you do it, my brother. You heard?
Appreciate you, bro. All blessings to you and your family as well.
No doubt, baby. Peace. Salute.